Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Inside Golf. I'm Harry Donahue. Today, we're taking another look at golf boards. The first time we saw them was down at the PGA Merchandise Show in Orlando this past winter. Well, now they're coming to a golf course near you. John Dunnigan, the host pro at White Manor, has a golf tip on the short game. And we'll talk to our teed-off panel, and they'll tell us some of the best and worst interviews they've conducted when it comes to the game of golf. And we'll always have another golf rules segment with Tom Karpus. This time around, Tom talks about ground under repair, what you can and can't do. So stay with us. A lot coming up on Inside Golf. Inside Golf, presented by PGN Plus. Play your golf bucket list. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life, and Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf.
Along with being stewards of the game of golf, your local PGA professional wears many hats.
We are teachers.
We are players.
We are managers.
We are merchandisers.
And community leaders.
But we all wear one badge.
PGA professionals are well-trained experts who work hard to share the joy of golf with our neighbors for over 90 years. To find your local PGA professional, visit phillypga.com. Brought to you by the Philadelphia section of the PGA.
We are the experts in the game and business of golf.
The focus, the feel, the friends. Golf isn't just a game, it's an experience, and PGN Plus invites you to experience golf like never before. PGN Plus provides golfers with access to the area's exclusive private courses, and for existing country club members, PGN Plus enhances your membership with intra-club reciprocal play. Select your course, book your tee time, and play the best private clubs the area has to offer. Create your free account today. Visit pgnplus.com, your invitation to private golf.
Welcome back to Inside Golf. Well, as mentioned, today we're taking a look at golf boards. I guess the closest thing to a golf board is a surfboard. If you figure you could mount your golf clubs at one end of the surfboard and then use it to get around a golf course. Leela Mackey did just that recently at Penn Oaks with Chris Crowley.
Thanks, Harry. You may think that surfing is only for the beach, but not anymore. Thanks to the golf board that's popping up at courses all over our area, we can now have the surfing experience at the golf course. We're here with local sales rep Chris Crowley to take us through the experience.
The golf board was introduced at the PGA show in 2014 and won Best New Product. The golf board was designed specifically to create more interest and fun around the game of golf. The reaction by golf course owners, general managers, staff, and their members has been overwhelming. It's just such a new and fresh way to get around the golf course that once I pull up to a golf course, it's just people want to generally just get on the board and start riding.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple of times. We've had it at a tournament and people are looking at it. What is that thing? So what are the differences between this and a cart? Just walk us through kind of what it is and how it works.
Absolutely. The board itself, we've really designed the board to have players experience that overall board riding experience. So when you get on the board itself, you're basically making the board move by the way you shift your weight. The board itself is very intuitive. The board can be ridden at low and high speeds. It's very safe. It's extremely well balanced, and it's just an incredible way to experience around the golf.
So the industry today faces kind of two really big issues. One is pace of play, time, how much time it takes, and the other would be image and getting younger kids into the game, getting younger generations excited about golf and playing golf. What is juniors' reaction, kids' reaction to having something like this?
Well, first of all, we've really solved the issue, both those issues. With pace of play, it dramatically cuts down the pace of play by about 30 to 40%, which is really a dramatic change in pace of play. Even though you're riding individually on the golf board, the social aspect of the game is still intact, as though you're riding in a golf cart, because you could ride next to each other, still have conversation, still interact with each other. But when one of you hits the ball right and one of you hits the ball left, you both go your separate ways, and it's a heck of a lot quicker. The other issue with the retention of younger players or bringing in younger players to the game of golf, this will excite them. This will get them to be a little bit more excited to come to the golf course and be able to experience something that they're used to already doing, whether it's skateboarding, snowboarding, surfing. They'll be able to experience that same feeling on the golf course.
Now, as far as safety goes, if you are not an experienced skateboarder or surfer, is this not for you, or is it pretty easy to ride? How easy is it to pick up on this if you're not a boarder?
Golfboard has designed this product to make it as easy to use for any age group. Doesn't matter whether you're 18 years old up until you're 75, 80 years old. The board itself, once you get on it, you'll quickly see that it takes about a hole to maybe 2 holes of a learning curve, and once you've gone and done that, you're off and away for the rest of the round. You're basically an expert for about 9 holes. You're a professional.
From a facility standpoint, how does that work? Do they lease them? Do they buy them? Is it going to cost you more money to rent these?
It depends on the golf course, but most courses will lease them like they lease their fleet of golf carts.
And will it be more expensive to take this than a golf cart, or it just depends on the facility?
It really does still depend on the facility itself, but generally there will be a little bit of a premium, maybe $5, $10, but most every consumer, member, golfer that sees this has no problem paying a little bit extra because it's just that much more unique and fun to go out and play with.
Absolutely. So take us through kind of the mechanics of it, or how it operates. It is electric.
It is an electric board. Basically, it's a little over a 48-volt battery. It takes 2 hours to fully charge. It's a 4-wheel drive vehicle, so there's motors on both ends. The suspension is extremely stable on this board. The wheels and the deck is they're built really for that extra stability, so people, when they get on it, they feel safe, they feel secure. The throttle itself is right here on the handle, so you can hold on with both hands. That actually is your gas and it's your brake. There's 2 speeds. There's a high and a low. There's actually forward and reverse, so you can go in reverse as well. But at low speed, it only gets up to about 6 miles an hour. So first-time riders can get up there and feel like it's extremely easy to ride at 6 miles an hour. And then when they get used to it, they can flip it right into high when it's in gear, and then they can just feel that extra little pep, which is really, really cool feeling. The high speed goes up to 10 miles an hour. Most carts generally go about 13 to 15 miles an hour. So we've made sure that it's a little bit less, so it's really that much more safe to ride. On hillier courses, it's extremely powerful. A lot of courses, when I visit them for the first time, they don't really realize how powerful these motors are, and they're really amazed by the way the board is able to climb steep hills, or steep inclines.
So I understand this is a positive for golf course superintendents. Why is that?
Well, there's a number of reasons why this is so positive. One, because the board itself is only 125 pounds. In comparison to a golf cart, it's about 1,200 pounds in weight. So the board itself is much gentler on the turf, not to mention that the tires themselves are turf-specific tires. So most, if not all, superintendents agree that they'd allow the boards to go much closer to the greens than they would normally carts, and the same thing with tee boxes. So that also ties in with the pace of play, because you're able to get so much closer to the greens, to the tees, and that just will help overall as far as pace of play is concerned.
Would this still apply for a cart path only rule? If it's rained or something, would this still apply? That's up to the golf course, depending upon how wet it actually gets during that day or evening. But generally, because this board is so much lighter, superintendents will allow it to go on the grass versus regular golf carts would have to stay on the cart path on a wet rainy conditions. I've seen a lot of pictures and videos on social media about this. It seems like you guys have a lot of media coverage. Do you have a big marketing budget? Is that your big push?
Not at all. Quite frankly, it's been social media that's really taken care of all of our marketing for us. We've had a number of just incredible things happen over the last 2 months. Wall Street Journal just did a big article about Golfboard. We were recently on Squawk Box with Laird Hamilton, who's the face of the company, also helped design the deck. In addition to that, the Instagram and Facebook pages are just completely blown up with the excitement that's surrounding Golfboard right now.
Now, if someone wanted to purchase this, or a golf course wanted to purchase this, where do they need to go to get that information?
Well, they can certainly call me, but they can go to golfboard.com and check us out on the website. I would encourage golf courses around this area to have me out for a demo, just to see how unique and how much fun the board is, and what they can do to offer something completely different to their players and membership.
This was awesome. I really enjoyed my experience. Now we just got to get Harry out here. I'm going to take it for another ride.
Golf course superintendents are the unsung heroes of our great game.
Thanks to the game's efforts,
we now have turf that needs less water
and is more sustainable
and offers natural wildlife habitats on our courses.
If you love golf like I do,
like what I do,
thank a golf course superintendent.
Thank a golf course superintendent.
Do thank your golf course superintendent.
Thank a golf course superintendent.
A message from the Golf Course Superintendents Association of America.
The Philadelphia PGA and Rothman Institute continue to provide new tips for keeping you on the golf course. Here to help us deliver these tips are sports medicine surgeon from Rothman Institute, Dr. Paul Marchetto, and PGA professional from Philadelphia Country Club, Scott Riley.
Thanks, Leela. We're back here with another Golf Fit tip, and I'm here with Dr. Marchetto. We're going to talk a little bit about when you are deciding to go out to play, maybe the opportunity to walk, and riding versus walking. It's always something for debate, right? But we want to exploit the positives about walking and getting an opportunity to burn some calories, enjoy the beauty of the golf course, and also some of the benefits, Doc, if you could lead into, cardiovascular and things like that sort.
Okay, all right, so one, we know that you could burn at least 3,000 calories walking a golf course. And of course, if you're a high handicapper, you may burn a few more, the extra distance. With that, the idea of getting out and just getting that cardiovascular exercise, the docs are always talking about walking 5 to 10 minutes a day. Well, get out on the golf course and start out with just 9 holes. And then pick a cart up the second half. Get a bag that's light. Don't overburden yourself with too many clubs. Lighten it up. You don't need 6 dozen balls in the bag, but you want to get out there and walk. A little weight on top may be helpful. Just walking is great. You feel the course, you feel the undulations. It's relaxing, it's good for you, and it's great for your heart.
Doc's nailed it. Have some fun out there. Enjoy the scenery with a nice walk, especially after work. Maybe you only can do 6 holes. That's perfect. Just getting out there and enjoy it, and you'll be well on your way to hitting it better and having more fun.
Great, Scott.
Thanks.
Up next is Better Golf, presented by Lincoln Motor Company. Quick tips to improve your game.
Hi there, folks. John Dunnigan from White Manor Country Club, Director of Instruction. I have a very, very cool exercise to help with the skill of solid contact in the full swing. These tee heights are radically different. I have, as high as I can get it, standard iron shot into a par 3 height on the ground, and then a little bit too high. I might run 10 of these along the ground for people and see if I can get them to control sort of I call it vertical control, how low this club gets. I've done this with professional golfers, and it works. You've got to maintain your control, which you can think about it, or you can just do the drill that takes care of it. It makes you learn. I'd rather you don't think, because I have a saying, you think, you stink. What I want you to do is simply do some kind of exercise that helps you. So here in this case, I'm just going to run right through them. Don't rush. Now, the truth is, if you ask me how I just did that, I don't know. It's a skill. It's not a mechanic. But doing a drill like this will force you to learn. You can join this to another drill I call some and none. Hit a shot, try to take some turf. Hit the next shot, try to take no turf at all. And keep alternating them. You will start to master the skill of solid contact. And let me tell you something, that's how you're going to be a much, much better golfer.
Next, we go to the rule book, the golf rule book, and Tom Karpus. And Tom, sometimes a player may find himself in an area where he thinks he could get relief, even though that area isn't marked. What does he do?
Well, let's suppose we're playing in the stroke play championship at your club. So it's stroke play, not match play. My ball's in this bare area, and I think the committee made a mistake. Essentially, they should have put a white circle around this. Well, here's what I can do. Rule 3-3 is there to give me the benefit of working my way through this situation. The first thing I have to do is, before taking any action, further action, I've got to announce to you, my fellow competitor or marker in stroke play, that I'm going to play a second ball under the rules. The second thing I have to do is I have to say which ball I want to score with. Now, many people think, well, can't you just assume that I want this ball to count? Well, there could be cases where you might want to play the ball as it lies. Let's say your ball's near a boundary. You're not sure if it's in or out. Well, you'd like it to be in.
But you have to declare before you make the shot which ball is going to count.
Exactly. So I've got to announce to you when I'm going to play a second ball. The next thing I'm going to do is say, Harry, if the rules allow, I'm going to take relief over here under the ground under repair rule, nearest point of relief, drop within a club length without penalty. And then the last part of this is really important, folks. You've got to make sure you tell the committee what you did. You got to report the facts to the committee, even if you scored the same with both balls. So again, announce, say which ball you want to score with, and then tell the committee what you did. And folks, don't confuse this with match play. You cannot play a second ball in match play. This is stroke play only. Check out 3-3.
And that's the way it is, simply because
golf rules.
And from the rules of the game with Tom Karpus, next is coming up our teed-off panel. They'll be talking about some of the best and maybe not best interviews they've ever conducted.
Always had something interesting to say.
We're rolling out the action and bringing it all to the table. So go all in with endless ways to win. Join us for the area's hottest happy hour with double the action at half the price. Only at Valley Forge Casino Resort.
If you haven't seen it already, I'd like to introduce you to Jersey Man Magazine, published by former Eagle tight end Ken Dunnick. It's the only men's magazine in our area. Enjoy articles on cigars, martinis, the mob, business, politics, and, of course, golf. Written by big-time journalists like George Anastasia, Bill Lyon, Sam Carchidi, and many others. Subscriptions are only $20 a year and are available at jerseymanmagazine.com. Welcome back. Inside Golf continues with our teed-off panel. Again, we're back here at the Valley Forge Casino Resort in King of Prussia. You know, things are heating up. Summertime in the city, but out here in King of Prussia at the Valley Forge Casino Resort, very comfortable, cool place to be. Come on out. Well, our panel includes a return appearance by Bob Shepard. Shep's been on the DL a little bit, but he is back. He's sporting that little bald look, looking good, Bobby.
I forgot which side to part it on, so I just took it all away.
You don't have to worry about that. Bob, of course, an author in his own right, longtime PGA professional. If you need a lesson, go to Shep's website. He can help you out. Mike Kern, he'll give you a lesson on life.
I can't help you out, so don't call me.
Golf, maybe not, but anything else, he's the man. Mike with the Philadelphia Daily News, and from myphillygolf.com, we have Joe Logan. All three of you guys, Bob, an author, you two guys, newspaper experience and everything else, blogs, whatever. Joe, is there any story, any personality in golf that you haven't interviewed but would like to before it's all over?
On the modern scene, no. I pretty much interviewed them all. Historical figures, I love to interview Bobby Jones, a little late for that. But the one event, the one tournament that I will miss this year, that I would love to cover because I've covered it before, is the British Open, the Open Championship at the old course in St. Andrews. I did it in 2005 and was fortunate enough to stay in a house literally on the 18th fairway. You could, stand on the balcony and look out over the course.
Was that the one, Nicklaus's last appearance?
Yeah.
Was that 2005 when he posed on the bridge and
yes,
all that?
Yes, and that was probably the most unique experience I've ever had covering a golf tournament. And it's back this year, and I wish I was going, but I'm not.
Okay, well, there's still time,
Yeah.
Frequent flyer miles, British Airways or something.
I lost my golf clubs the last.
Okay, no, we're not going there. How about you, Mike?
I've got to concur before I but and I'm trying to get there this year, so the British Open in St. Andrews is one of those things you have to do. One thing I never got to cover that I've always, and I can't anymore because it's now, is the Q School. Because I heard that there was the greatest stories in the world were there. Because you literally had guys trying to get their card for next year over 6 or 7 days or whatever it was, and you'd have guys in the parking lot crying because they missed a 12-foot putt on the last hole or whatever. And then you'd have guys, the other side of the coin. And the one individual story I always wish I had done when I was covering the LPGA was Laura Davies. When she used to come in to Atlantic City, I wish I could have spent 4 hours in a casino with Laura Davies, because I think it would have been some of the funnest, is that such a word?
She's a personality.
Oh, and she loves that stuff. I mean, that is her domain, and I think it would have just been a blast to spend, watching her play dice.
Was she at Seaview this year? Or,
She was, as a matter of fact, but I mean, back in the day when I heard she was just, party animal and anything goes and let's have fun.
You and Laura Davies.
Laura Davies.
Maybe she should take you out there and give you that little lesson you're looking for. Shep, now you've written a book.
Yep.
We know about the book. So and a lot of that is about your time spent overseas.
Yes, yeah.
In the UK, primarily, when you were playing over there.
Exactly, yeah.
But is there anything you haven't written about?
Yeah.
Or a person?
I'm just going to do a one-up on Joe. I'm going to try to do a one-up. I think we're going to come out tied. The year before St. Andrews in 2005, it was held at Troon, Royal Troon Golf Club. Brian Anderson's the pro at Troon, and he's a good friend of mine. We used to go fly fishing in Scotland and did a lot of stuff together. Anyhow, he had me over as his guest, and real quick, we were in the marquee off of the first tee there, and I had lunch with Prince Andrew at a big round table.
Wow.
And I can't tell you how many people in the R&A, Johnny Lieburn, Campbell McLaren, there's just dozens of guys there that I know.
I was at that open, and I didn't get the invite.
You didn't get the invite? Well, I didn't know Joe was up in the balcony either. I'd have thrown him a key. It looked like a rock concert. But yeah, I did that, and then when Nicklaus made his final putt, I could have hit him with a deck of cards. I was that close. So that was pretty special.
He would have missed it. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't. He would have missed it.
Yeah, other than winning.
Mike,
that was
most interesting, in the closing here, most interesting guy you've ever interviewed, golfer.
Wow, that's. I mean, boy, that's a loaded question, because I'd have to really. But Arnold Palmer was probably always had something interesting to say, and always had the time to say it to you.
Yeah, didn't brush you off or anything.
Oh, I don't think he brushed anybody off.
Joe, without saying Arnie. Who else was like Arnie? Well,
nobody was like Arnie.
Nobody
who was
like
the
Arnie.
antithesis of Arnie? Or who is the
Oh,
antithesis?
how much time you got? Oh, holy cow.
Lengthy list?
Well, they're all great when they shot 65. They're all bad when they shot 75.
There you go. Thanks, guys, for your input, and we'll be back. More Inside Golf coming up in a moment. The Valley Forge Casino Resort is the region's only full amenity gaming resort, and it's only seconds from the Pennsylvania Turnpike at King of Prussia. It features 600 slots, 50 table games, and there are nearly 500 guest rooms, plus 8 restaurants designed to meet all of your dining needs. So put the beautiful Valley Forge Casino Resort on your destination list. We're at Valley Forge Casino Resort. We're at Valley Beach, a new addition to the resort and casino. And the Chief Marketing Officer, Jennifer Gailey. Good to see you again, Jennifer. What's happened back here? Tell us about Valley Beach.
So we just opened a brand new amenity that's here for the summer at Valley Beach. And what it is a poolside club. It's open Thursday through Sunday. We've got a great tiki bar here with great frozen drinks, a great menu. We do bands and live entertainment and DJs every weekend. So it's a really fun place to come and grab a cocktail, enjoy enjoy swimming, hanging out by the pool during the day, and then enjoy the nightlife at night.
Some other recreational activities. I see you have a little beach back there. It is Valley Beach, so maybe a little beach volleyball?
Yes, we do. We have we brought in actually 40 tons of sand to create a beach right here in King of Prussia. So we have great games. We have cornhole, oversized beer pong, Jenga, some fun outdoor games to play. And yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Tell me now, who has access to this? It's not just people staying at the resort.
Right. Valley Beach is an amenity for our resort guests, so they can enjoy the amenity all the time that they're staying here. But in addition, we have access for people who have beach tags. So if you have a Valley Beach beach tag, you can access the Valley Beach area. And in order to get a beach tag, they're $100 for the season. But right now we're doing a promotional special. So if you go to valleybeach.com and sign up, you can get your beach tag for the remainder of the season for free.
So it's a great new amenity. What's been the reaction for your guests?
It's been great. It's very popular. Come out here and it gets filled up with people, you know, having a drink, enjoying the sun, enjoying the great music, and you know, it's a great way to hang out and enjoy the beach without fighting the traffic and going down to the shore.
And plenty of sunshine. Bring my I forgot my sunblock. I need it today. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful new amenity here at Valley Forge Casino Resort. Enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
We're rolling out the action and bringing it all to the table. So go all in with endless ways to win. Join us for the area's hottest happy hour with double the action at half the price. Only at Valley Forge Casino Resort.
The focus, the feel, the friends. Golf isn't just a game, it's an experience, and PGN Plus invites you to experience golf like never before. PGN Plus provides golfers with access to the area's exclusive private courses, and for existing country club members, PGN Plus enhances your membership with intra-club reciprocal play. Select your course, book your tee time, and play the best private clubs the area has to offer. Create your free account today. Visit pgnplus.com, your invitation to private golf.
Got a young golfer in the family? Whether their dream is to grab a national ranking or just have more fun on the golf course, sign them up for the Philly PGA Junior Tour this summer. It's competitive play on premier courses for boys and girls 18 and younger throughout Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. Perfect for gearing up for the next high school or collegiate golf season. Available to both new and competitive golfers. Registration now open year-round. Help your young golfers find or improve their game. Sign them up today at phillyjuniortour.com.
That's it for this week's edition of Inside Golf. Hey, don't forget, this week underway right now is the PGA of America's U.S. Pro National Championship. It's free of charge to anyone that wants to take it in. It's being played at the Philadelphia Cricket Club, and the finals coming up on Wednesday of this week. And it's an event you would not want to miss. Hey, also, have a great 4th of July, and we'll see you next week right here on Inside Golf. I'm Harry Donahue. Remember, no matter how bad it's going for you, don't pick up. See you next week on Inside Golf. Inside Golf, presented by PGN Plus. Play your golf bucket list. By Jersey Man Magazine. It's a Jersey way of life. And Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA. Experts in the game and business of golf.